of the Chicago World Invite as your Tri-State Spartans get set to tangle with the Highland Park Falcons. And the opening face-off controlled here by the Falcons. They come in with a record of 15-8-1. Both of these teams 2-0 so far in this tournament. Top seed in the tournament on the line here this afternoon for the Spartans and the Falcons as they wind it back into the Spartan zone. Jace Trella will go back and get it. Keane Frederick, the starting goaltender for the Spartans, as they're riding a 4-game winning streak, a convincing 5-0 win over the Capitals Hockey Academy yesterday evening. 2-1 win over Boulder yesterday morning as well. So they are 2-0 in this tournament. The Highland Park Falcons 5-2 winners over the Caps and then defeated Boulder 7-1 yesterday. A pretty convincing win for them. So two of the top teams in this tournament doing battle here this afternoon from Canlan Sports Rink in West Dundee, Illinois. So Liam Miller will lean in and take the face-off on the draw for the Spartans. And it's controlled by the Falcons as Marsh will fling it towards the net. That one's stuck in the pads. Look out, rebound right in front. Frederick didn't know where that one was at. And now taken by Matthew Pitcher on his backhand, moving it up to Bennett Suda. Get it to Suda. The puck will wind back into the Falcon zone as Pitcher will go back to get it. Sudsy with his first of the year yesterday. Nice goal by Bennett. George trying to work it up, and here comes Mason George. He has Miller with him. The puck rolls into the far corner. George pinned up against the wall as they battle for it. The Falcons will take it. This one's shot back behind the Falcon goaltender. Come here to the near side. Now up to the point to Pitcher. Pitcher sidesteps a man. Shot towards the net. That one blocked aside as that goes behind the net. Aldridge is dumped behind the net. And the Falcons will take the puck. If it's stolen away there by English, it'll roll out to the neutral zone. And Shealy tries to dump it in, but the Spartans are offsides. Spartans 10-11-1 on the season. 4-game winning streak. Highland Park 15-8-1. They've won their last two. They've won 6 of 8. Both teams playing well as Bobe will lean in on the draw. Out there with Aldridge and English. He wins it back to Manley. Manley will bank it off the boards to English. He'll chip it ahead to Parker Bobe. Bobe on the far corner. Spin it back out in front. No Spartans there. Looking for Aldridge. Manley will stand up his man as he'll come here. As Yang will bring it across, 2-on-1 for the Falcons. Shot towards the net. That one rings off the post. Rebound attempt. That one goes wide. As Yang able to beat Frederick, but not the post. And he'll get it again. Yang trying to spin it to his teammate here in the near corner. Vatterott dumps his man, and that'll be a penalty. As Braxton will take a seat. And that's going to be a rough on Vatterott. Take a seat. Spartans will go to the penalty kill here as Anitz will lean in on the defensive zone draw, and he's able to win it to Pitcher. And here comes Matthew Pitcher. He'll skate it out of the Spartan zone on the far side, trying to cut it back in towards the middle. Gets around a couple of defenders, lowers his shoulder, backhand attempt. And that one stopped there by the Falcons goalie. He's able to look to break it out here on the power play. And bring it up here to the near side. Kitson will play it back in. Knocked it off his man. It's now stolen away right in front. Look out, Carr right in front of the net. It's poke checked away by Frederick. Falcons still applying pressure here on the power play. Vatterott sits 2 minutes, or excuse me, a minute and a half for roughing. Trella battling for it with Carr. Carr walks it behind the goaltender Frederick, trying to center it out in front. They ran into the linesman. Carr will get it back out in front, deflected away, and here comes Kendall Anitz. Anitz has Gherkin with him. 2-on-2, here comes Anitz, trying to throw it towards some open space in the far corner. Gherkin will track it down. As Ali, the leading goal scorer, 14 goals on the season for Oliver Gherkin, as he paces the Spartans in that category. Falcons will bring it back. Carr walking right down the middle, in between the circles, backhand attempt, shot, score. Good play there by Carr as he passed it off. And number 12 able banging into a yawning cage. And the Falcons strike on the power play with 10:26 to play here in period number 1. Miller line out there with Suda and George. Miller will win it here to the near side. And this pitcher will go and retrieve. He'll bang it off the boards to Bennett Suda. And he'll chip it up to Liam Miller. Millsy trying to enter the zone. Gets around a man. It's Barnett. Miller tied up in the near corner trying to throw it back out in front. Taken away there by the Falcons and back they come. Banging off the boards. Pass eluded Watson. On the near side to Pinto and Watson. And they're going to be offsides. Back towards the Falcons goaltender as Barnett will retrieve it. Banging off the wall, couldn't get it out though. Miller able to pinch in, keep it along the wall. Come back out here to the near point to Matthew Pitcher. Pitch. Shovels it towards the net, puck bouncing around right in front. They get a stick on it. The Falcons will break it out of their own zone, and here they come. Entering the Spartan zone, trying to get around Suda, couldn't do that. Shovel it towards the net. Across the goal crease here to the near side. It's Zinchenko. Zinchenko dancing around a man, shovels it towards the net. Rebound attempt, and Frederick will cover it up and get the whistle. Bobe and Lucas on the draw. Lucas, the goal scorer for the Falcons. They lead it 1-0 here. 9:15 to play in period number 1. Along the far wall, right in front of the Spartans bench as it comes out to the neutral zone. And Hill will retreat in his own zone. And trying to spin it off, couldn't get it out. Taken away there by Parker Bobe. Bobe trying to get around the man in the far corner. He'll throw on the brakes. And he'll dump it back behind the goal line. There's Weston English. English out in front. Bobe, rebound. Aldridge shot to the net. That one could go. Falcons goalie makes a big save there. Spartans continue to apply pressure as Aldridge will get it here on the near side. Get up to Shealy. Sam able to keep it in. Aldridge bangs it off the boards. Taken there by the Falcons. Lucas will bang it off the boards and try to get it out. Good pinch there by Shealy. And Sam able to keep it in. Bobe battling for it. Along with Shealy here on the near side, and now the puck will come all the way back towards the Spartan zone. And it will be far enough for an ice. 8:19 to play here in period number 1. The Spartans trail it 1-0. And that's will lean in on the draw. He wins it back to Trellis. Shot was deflected off a car. Jace trying to track it down. Spin around shot by Dorsey. That one just went wide. Trello will track it down. Big rig to play with it. And puck comes back out towards center ice. And trying to chip it back in. Battle along the near wall here, and Dorsey will take it. Here comes Jace Dorsey. Shot towards the net. Pad save there for the Falcons goalie. Try to rim it around. Hit Gherkin behind the net, and Ollie will give chase in the far corner. Now Anitz will take it. And Delanis. Good point, and the puck stolen away. Back come the Falcons. Lead pass ahead to Carr. Trella trying to chase him down. Carr moving in. Backhand. Stopped by Frederick. And Trella takes a hard hit into the post. Big rig looks to be all right. Post probably got the worst of that one. That's all right. Before they drop the puck, as Liam Miller will lean in. The face-off to the left of Spartan goalie Keane Frederick. Won by the Falcons. They'll dump it back in behind the net. Radarot giving the chase here on the near side. He'll bang it off the wall. And it comes out towards center ice. Taken away there by Mason George. Here comes George down the right side. He'll throw on the brakes. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Rims it around the far corner. A little too far for Miller. Millsy going to chase it down. Get it back up to the point to pitcher. On his backhand, it goes into the Falcons bench. And a whistle will stop play. Trying to win it to the wall. He does to George. Back up top to pitcher. Lets it fly. Save made there by the Falcons goaltender. Miller couldn't get the rebound. Puck will bounce out right in the middle of the slot. And taken away by the Falcons, and here they come. Bennett Suda. Good job on the back check there by Sudsy. As Lucas will enter the zone. One goal scorer for the Falcons. Get it over the net. A shot towards the net. That one surprised Freddie a little bit. Being able to make the stop. Spartans look to break it out of their zone. Suda will bank it off a defender. That was Yang. Come back. Now the center ice. Yang had it stolen away by pitcher. Here comes pitch. He'll dance across the blue line. Take on a couple of defenders. Cuts towards the net. Now he's in behind. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Trying to find Aldridge there in the slot. Inside, can't corral the puck. Back up to the point. Vaderot shovels it towards the net. The save made with the glove there by the Falcons goalie. Line out there is able to win the face-off, and the Falcons will control it. So they're moving around right in front of their bench and come back towards the Spartans end. Sam Shealy will go back toward the Spartans as they turn it over in their own zone. Cranked back in by Ingles. And Trella will go back to retrieve. Carr, as he's tripped up, lost his footing there. Call on the play. Shealy try to clear, can't do it. Carr will dance out of the corner with it, has a man cutting down the slot. Backhand shot attempt, that one no good. Couldn't get the shot through. DiPietro will shovel it back towards the front of the net. The Falcons controlling the play here. O'Malley down to DiPietro. Shot towards the net, and a glove save by Frederick. 5:24 to play here, period number 1. And the Spartans trail it 1-0. Game number 3, the Chicago World Invite. Both of these teams come in with a record of 2-0 in the tournament. And it's able to win the draw. Back to Vaderot. Banging around, they couldn't get it far enough to get it out. That shot was deflected up into the netting. The whistle blows and we'll reset. And it's going to win another draw, and the Spartans will control it to Manley. Over here to the near side to Dorsey. Jace will get it out of the zone. Zinchenko trying to bring it back in. Manley denies him that opportunity. The Falcons will crank it back in towards the Spartan zone. It rolls behind Frederick with under 5 to play here in period number 1. Dorsey will take it in the near circle. Taken away by Oliver Gherkin. Here comes Gherkin. Gherkin ahead of steam. Trying to get around a defender. He hits the brakes in the corner, dancing around a couple of players. In the center out front, Anitz is calling for it, trying to get it to Kendall, couldn't do it. He'll reverse course back behind the goal, and Dorsey will go and retrieve. And we'll get it back to Gherkin. Anitz down below the goal line, we'll get it back up to the point to Manley. Manley shovels it towards the net, shot right in on the goaltender, and swallowed up. by the Falcons netminder. Miller will win it to the wall, to himself, and back to pitcher. Trying to get it back to Liam Miller. Mason George will give chase. Barnett will just bring it around here, back up to the point to Trella. Shot towards the net, looking for a tip and hit the post. Rebound attempt by George. That one doesn't go. Come back here to the near point to Trella. Puck rolls into the far corner. Miller trying to center it in front. Couldn't get it there. Suda. Brings it back up to the point to Trella. Big rig shot towards the net. George looking for a tip. That one, a glove save there by the Falcons goalie. And Lucas will get it back. And George will keep it in on his backhand. Back behind the net. Sudsy goes and digs for it. Falcons trying to spin it out. It'll come right in the slot. George couldn't get all of that one. Puck will bounce back up to the point, and the Falcons finally clear the zone here, and back they come. Stick there by Jace Trella. Big rig, losing that big twig. And able to poke that away, and Matthew Pitcher will take it. Here comes pitch. Lucas bumps into him. He rides him hard into the wall. Bumped off the puck. And the Falcons will take it. Pass intercepted there by Aldridge. Silas able to keep it in. Winds it back behind the goal as Bobe's taken down. Behind the net. Mark still battling for it. Come to the far wall to English. Frenchie in the far corner. Battling with Lucas. The puck will come back to the far side. The Falcons will look to break it out. And here they come. As Yang banks it off the boards. They'll go off for a change. And Sheely will go back and get it. And Sam will crank it back up. Trying an outlet pass. That was intercepted there. Let's come out here to the neutral zone. DePinto battling for it in there with Aldridge and Sheely. Carr will walk it off the boards. Has a 2-on-1, but he couldn't get the pass through. Now trying to feather it across to O'Malley. And could not connect on that play. 2:15 to go here, period number 1. Pinto to Carr. Carr walks it out of the corner. Looking for a wraparound attempt. Throws it back in front. Good stick there as Aldridge will take it away and bang it off the boards. And that will go back and played by the goalie, so that will negate the icing. As he will sauce it up here to the near side to Carr, and back they come. Back check there by Oliver Gherkin, and now stolen away by Aldridge. Aldridge bangs it off the boards to English. Here comes Frenchie. Shot towards the net. Rebound attempt right out in front. Gherkin couldn't get his stick on it. And the Falcons will bring it back. A lot of pace to this one now as Ingles crosses the blue line, dumps it off to Carr. Back to Ingles. 1:35 to go here, period number 1. Falcons lead it 1-0. Back up to the point to Kitson. Kitson locked, load, shot towards the net. Rebound attempt. Carr couldn't get it to go. And now they do on the rebound as Frederick didn't know where it was. And the Falcons able to net one here late in period number 1. Like O'Malley. Get credit for that one. Two 2-0 lead for the Highland Park Falcons over the Spartans here. 1:25 to go, period number 1. Face-off controlled by the Spartans. Trella the pitcher up to Gherkin. Trying to backhand it in to the Falcon zone. They will look to break out. The pitcher will stop that momentarily. Right in front of the Falcons bench. It will go back into their zone. They bring it out. Trella able to step up and deny that pass to Zachenko. Stolen away by Anitz in the neutral zone. Back comes Kendall Anitz. Does shot towards the net. Stop made by the Falcons goalie. Lean into the draw, and he wins it back to Trella. Jumped over his stick, and Jace will have to retreat back to the neutral zone as he plays it ahead to Gherkin. He tipped it in. No icing on there. 40 seconds to go here, period number 1. So the Spartans can get a late goal here, period number 1. Give them a little momentum here. They trail it 2-0. Trella. D past the pitcher. He'll move it up to Mason George. Here comes George. He has some space. Has Dorsey with him. Shot towards the net. That one went wide. Dorsey trying to chase it down. Gets it back. Jumped over a stick. George trying to find Shealy in the slot. Shot by Dorsey. Good puck movement there for the Spartans. Nothing comes of that. 13.7 here in the first. Controlled by the Spartans, up to the point. Shealy corral it, and here comes Carr. Carr with 5 seconds. Suda trying to get him on the back check. Puck gets him around in front of Frederick, and he'll squirt wide. Good job there by Keane Frederick, denying Carr. He had a chance late in period number 1, and that'll do it for the first period. The Falcons leading it 2-0. Period number 2 about to get underway here from Canlan Sports Rink in West Dundee, Illinois. Chicago World Invite, game number 3 for both these teams. Falcons lead it 2-0. As they were the recipient of a late first period goal by O'Malley. They lead it 2-0 and control the faceoff. So they'll go into the Spartan zone. The Falcons will give chase. Suda trying to bank it off. Miller line will start this second period with George and Suda. Puck behind the net for Jace Trella. Trella will bang it off the boards here to the near side to Mason George. George will take it. New pass up ahead to Bennett Suda. Suda had it roll off his stick. Falcons will reverse course and back towards the Spartan zone. As Big Rig will bank it off the wall here. Good pass here to Mason George. Here comes George into the zone. Shot towards the net. That one whistled wide. As Mason will go in after it. Miller will give chase. The puck will come back up to neutral ice. Trella will take it to Manley. Trying to cross ice feed to Bennett. Suda was unable to take that one. Falcons will bring it back. And Frederick able to reach up and snag that with the glove. 55 seconds gone by here in period number 2. Bobe on the draw. Lucas wins it. Back to Barnett. He'll shovel it towards the net. That one goes wide. And here to the near corner as Yang will keep it moving on his backhand. Puck will come up here to the near point. Bobe will shovel it over to Aldridge. Aldridge back to English. Frenchie couldn't corral that one. Move back to the D. And move it ahead. DePinto trying to glove that one down, had it go off. Aldridge will take it. Here comes Silas Aldridge. Aldridge trying to get around a couple of defenders. He got around Barnett. The puck rolled on him. Trying to get it back up to the point to Shealy. Sam trying to pinch in. Aldridge will keep it. The puck rolling back out towards the Spartan zone. As Yang looking to chase the puck down. Look out. Oh, he backhanded off the post. A sneaky attempt there by Yang as he had Frederick beat. He could not beat the post. DePinto will walk in. Shot towards the net. That one off the side of the cage. As the Falcons applying pressure in the offensive zone. It's DePinto again, walks out, shot. Saved there by Frederick. Puck will roll here to the near corner as Bobe will give chase. Falcons still applying pressure in the offensive zone. They lead it 2-0. Roll behind the cage, calling for it, right out in front. Couldn't connect on the man. Barnett shot towards the net. That one hit Aldridge. Never made it through. Near corner. Falcons are humming here. The Spartans badly need a clear. Get it out of the zone. We'll see if English can do it. Frenchie bangs it off the boards. And he gets it out of harm's way. And able to make the change. They got to hurry though as the D jumps on. Manley and Vatterott as the puck will go all the way back down to the Spartan end. And it'll be an ice. Line out there as Kendall will lean in, wins the draw to Dorsey, back up to the point. Vatterott shot towards the net. Scooped up by the Falcons goalie. We'll reset and do it again. As Kendall leans in, see if he can win another one. He does. Back to Vatterott. Vatterott shot towards the net again, swallowed up by the Falcons goalie. Brax getting his first of the year yesterday in that win over the Capitals. And we'll repeat the face-off again. This time Annett's lost the draw. Falcons control. They bank it across here to the near side. Marsh. So take it here in the near corner. Get it off to Watson. Cross ice. The Falcons will get out of their own zone. See tied up there. Stuck in front of the benches. And Manley will bank it off the boards. Looking for Annett's. A little too far for K-Dubs. The puck will roll back into the Falcon zone. 10:35 to play here. Period number 2. And the Falcons lead it 2-0. As Marsh will spin it back in. Give chase. Vatterott. Hanging off here to the near side. To Durkin. Off to Manley. Puck taken there by Mason George. Here comes George across the blue line. Get it in the corner. Lays it back to Suda. Pass can connect. Suda will keep it in. Here comes Sudzik towards the net. Shot. Annett's was tied up. Trying to get a stick on that. Roll in on the Falcon goalie. They will cover it up. Miller trying to win it. The sidewall to Suda. It's controlled by the Falcons. Miller will take his man hard in the boards. Barnett plays it behind his own cage. Tied up there with Miller. George will get in to dig for it as well. George and Barnett. And Barnett punches Mace in the back, and he draws the penalty. Oh, good job there by Mace, not retaliating. Barnett, the extracurricular, will earn him 90 seconds in the penalty box. Let's see if the Spartans can take advantage here. Top unit out there for the Spartans with Dorsey, Annitz, and Gherkin. Pitcher and Trella. on defense. Spartans looking to break the ice here in period number 2 on the power play as they win it back. To Jace Trella, D-to-D, over here to Pitcher. Pitcher, shot, that was deflected by Carr. They'll get it back to Anitz, he'll lay it back to Trella. Trella, this pass intercepted, kept in the zone there by Pitcher. Pitcher down to Gherkin, Gherkin inside, Dorsey! Quick shot, good puck movement there. Dorsey didn't get all of that one, I'm sure he wanted more. Puck movement there for the Spartans. They got a golden opportunity right in the slot. Couldn't convert. Plenty of time left here on the power play as they will go back to work. Anitz will lean in on the draw. Kendall able to win it back to Trella. Trella over the pitcher. Pitch gets around the defender. And duck his shoulder on his backhand. Throw it on the far wall. Back to Trella. Trying to find Dorsey. Back to Trella, big rig, trying to step around a couple of defenders, throw it towards the net, loose puck, it'll come back out to Anitz. Anitz will circle around here in the near point, back to Trella. Fumbled that puck, and now it'll come back out to center red. The pitcher will have to wait for everybody else to tag up. And now Pitch will enter the zone. Here comes Pitch, trying to walk down the middle. He's tripped up. Puck will head into the Spartan bench. Gherkin forward up front. Vatterott will replace Pitcher, and Braxton has it towards the net. That one hit Dorsey. Spin around shot. And blocked to the side by the Falcons goalie. It'll roll into the far corner to Liam Miller. Still 18 seconds to go here on the power play for the Spartans. Anitz on the far wall. Anitz trying to dance out of danger. He'll lay it back up to the point, looking for Trella. Taken there by Miller. Miller will wind it back in. Now to Anitz. Anitz looking for a wraparound attempt. Throws it right in the slot. Shot scores! Jace Dorsey on the power play. And the Spartans get back within 1. Pretty feed there from Kendall Anitz. With 2 seconds remaining on the penalty, the Spartans strike to cut the lead in half, 2-1. 10th of the season for Jace Dorsey as he enters double digits. And a big goal there for the Spartans. Midway through period number 2. Look to build on that momentum after the power play goal. Vatterott will go back to get it in his own zone. Bobe will chase it down here behind Frederick. Come here to the near wall is Sam Sheely. Move it up to English. Pass evaded him. Kitson. Cross ice pass. Marsh will go get it for the Falcons. Behind the net. Taken there by Parker Bobe. Here comes Bobe. Parker with a head of steam. Enters the Falcon zone. On the left side. Trying to get around the defender. Shot towards the net. That one stick to side. English will wrap it around. Bobe touched it. Aldridge trying to stick lift, taken away there by Bobe. Bobe behind the net, trying to shovel it back out in front. It comes to Aldridge, turnaround shot. That one was blocked. Back up to the point, and the pass just jumps over the stick of Vatterott, and Sam Sheely will have to chase it back. Trying to beat Yang with the puck. He did it. Good job there by Sam. Puck's in Vatterott's feet. As Brax couldn't handle that one. Now the Falcons trying to take it away and apply pressure in the offensive zone. Near side. Trying to dance out of the corner, right in front. Yang could get a stick on it. Back comes Liam Miller. Here comes Millsy. Millsy down the near side. Trying to get around a couple of defenders. He's all by himself. He needs some help. Puck taken away there by Yang. So try to clear it. Couldn't do it. Taken away by Mason George. Here comes Mace. Dance around the defender. Right in the slot. Shot to the net. That one hit the goalie right in the chest. And a rebound attempt cleared away by the Falcons. They come. Watson trying to get it out to Pinto. Will skate it away across center red. Trying to find Watson. Thrown away there by Suter. Taken by Mason George. Here comes George. He'll gain center red. And he's hammered into the boards. Do not. Well, and Mace is down. He took a pretty hard ride. aces are right there. That was a pretty good ride that DePinto gave him there. So he will take a seat. Nice help to his feet there. He's favoring that right leg pretty good. Looks to be all right. So he's helped off the ice. Spartans will head back to the power play here. 6:16 to go. Period number 2 as Anitz wins the draw. The puck will float back towards center ice as Vatterott will go back to retrieve. Bank it off to Jace Dorsey. Dorsey, the Spartans' goal scorer here. See if he can get another one. Dorsey has Gherkin with him. Tries to feather it in front of Gherkin. Couldn't get him. Trella shot towards the net. That one was blocked off by Carr. The Spartans trying to keep it in the zone here. On the power play. Fished out by Gherkin. Gherkin trying to move it over to Dorsey. Dorsey on the far wall. Trail by 1, working on the power play. Dorsey reverses course, back to Gherkin. Gherkin down below the goal line. Here comes Gherkin, back up to the point to Vatterott. Shot towards the net. Skittles through and stopped made there by the Falcons goalie. Miller and Dorsey out there, and Anitz wins it again. Back to Trella. Shot towards the net. Had to hit Anitz. Turnaround shot by Dorsey. That one went high. Vatterott had to jump over his stick and look out. Here come the Falcons back. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Lucas cutting towards the net. Trying to find a good back check there by Vatterott as Braxton was able to break up that 2-on-1 opportunity. As the Spartans still working with 20 seconds left on the power play. Taken away there by Kendall Anitz. Here comes K-Dubs down the near side. He'll cut towards the middle, and Dorsey was offsides. Face-off will come back out of the Falcon zone. Off controlled by the Falcons as Barnett will go back and get it. He'll rim it around the far side. Kept in there briefly by Trella. And Dorsey battling for it. Back up to the point to Jace Trella. Big rig. Fires towards the net. That one goes just wide. The penalty has expired. We're back to 5-on-5. Here's Liam Miller. Miller working the slot. Tipped away by Lucas. And now Kendall Anitz works it in the far corner. Anitz down behind the goal line. He's pinned to the boards by Kitson. Anitz still digging with it along with Dorsey. Dorsey trying to get it back up to the point. He does. Trella, big rig, lets it fly, tip on the net. And that one goes wide. Spartans applying some good pressure here late in period number 2. 4:10 to go. They trail it by 1, 2-1. Trella shot towards the net, and that one gloved rather easily by the Falcons goalie. Bobe will lean in on the draw, trying to win it. He'll chase it down in the far corner and gets it back up to the point to Manley. Max Manley, far point, shot towards the net. Bobe took a spill. The goalie checked him down to the ground. O'Malley will bring it back. 2-on-1. O'Malley shot towards the net. That one never made it through, and Frederick will get the glove on it and cover it up. Draw as Bobe tries to win it. The Falcons will get it back up here to the point. It's Gill trying to shovel it towards the slot. Taken away there by Manley. And now stolen away by Carr. Carr with O'Malley, 2-on-1. Carr shot towards the net. Frederick stands tall and makes the save. Manley has it. Roll off his stick. Bobe trying to corral it. The Falcons will keep it in the Spartan zone. Here's Carr. Away from him. Bobe on his backhand. Gets it to Aldridge. Here comes Silas Aldridge. Aldridge will clear it out of the zone. The lead pass ahead to English. That was broken up. And back come the Falcons. Intercepted there by Manley. He'll bang it off the boards. Gets it out of the zone. And the Falcons will play it back up towards center red and flip it up over the glass. And we'll get a whistle with 2:57 to play here in period number 2. Spartans playing with a forward down. Mason George hasn't returned to the bench. He's off to the side after taking a pretty rough hit. See how the Spartans switch up the lines. And it's out there right now with Gherkin and Dorsey. Their normal line. Clock controlled by the Falcons back to Barnett. Barnett spin it here to the near side to Marsh. Marsh. Pass intercepted there by Sam Shealy. Gherkin will try to trace it down to Pinto. Battling forward along with Marsh. Marsh will step it off the wall. We'll find the player cutting towards the net. Couldn't do it. And Gherkin will steal it away. Here comes Oliver Gherkin. Gherkin, left slot. Shot. Ooh, sneaky shot. Tried to go short side on that one. Looked like he had a little bit of room. Good save there by the Falcons goalie. And he'll cover it up. Loose puck. And we'll get the whistle. Back to Vatterott. Vatterott will bang it off the boards into the corner, back behind the goalie. And Dorsey trying to center it back in front. Shealy was calling for it. Pass never made it to him. And back on the Falcons as they look to get on the offensive. They'll dump it into the Spartan zone. Back behind goaltender Keane Frederick. The Falcons control the puck here in the near corner. Come back up to the point and stolen away there by Gherkin. Here comes Ollie Gherkin. Gherkin with the head of speed. Will throw on the brakes. Looks to make a pass, trying to find Vatterott. Pass handcuffed him a little bit. Brax would just dump it in back behind the goal as Dorsey will try to retrieve with under 2 to go here, period number 1. Spartans trail it 2-1. Falcons fanned on that clearing attempt. Trella will pinch in. Here to the near side. It'll roll up to the neutral zone. It's Vatterott. And now it's Marsh. Marsh will get it back. Shot towards the net. Score. Falcons again with a late period goal. They scored with 1:25 to go in the first, and now 1:36 to go here in period number 2 to restore their 2-goal lead. So Zachenko with the marker. Suter. Bring it across. And enter the zone as the puck rolls towards the Falcons goalie, and he'll just cover it up. English out there with Miller and Suda. In the absence of Mason George. Face off controlled by the Falcons. Suda right in front. Oh, Sudsy looking for his second on the season. He had a golden opportunity, just couldn't get it to go. Suda in the far corner will get it back up to the point to Trella. Trella chip it off the wall, sidestep a man. Suda and Miller battle for it. The puck comes free towards the circle. Taken there by Trella, trying to get around a couple defenders. Suda backhand attempt. As English is right there on the doorstep, trying to center it back up in front. Stick save there by the Falcons goalie, and Yang will walk it out. And back they come. The Falcons. In the near corner, stolen away by Miller. Floated it ahead. We'll see if it's far enough for icing, and it will be. With 40 seconds to play here in period number 2, faceoff will come all the way back to our right. Bobe on the draw. It's controlled by the Spartans. It's Oliver Gerken. And he lost the handle on it. English will steal it back, and he'll bang it back in. Back behind the Spartans' goal is Sam Shealy will retreat. His backhand whipped on that one. Carr will take it. Now Shealy battling for it. Carr will come out with it, trying to set her out in front. Taken away there by Gerken off to Silas Aldridge. Here comes Aldridge. Aldridge and Gerken. 2-on-3. Cy will just dump it back in with 10 seconds to play here in period number 2. Carr will bring it out. Pitcher trying to defend him on that one. 1 second to go, and that'll do it for period number 2. 3-1. The Falcons lead it. A couple of late period goals, one in the first, one in the second. Restore their second goal lead. Their 2-goal lead, excuse me. Falcons lead it 3-1. Period number 3 about to get underway here as the Spartans look to claw back into this one. They trail it 3-1 as we begin period number 3 here. And Dorsey will give chase back behind the Falcons' goal. To the far side, Annitz, good pinch there by Manley. Puck will come back out to center ice. And Dorsey will take it. Here comes Jace Dorsey, the lone goal scorer for the Spartans. Jace's 10th of the year. We've got the Spartans within one. Falcons would add a late second period tally. And they lead it 3-1. Here's Gerken trying to wrap around and attempt. Right in front. That one swallowed up by the Falcons goalie. Good to see 71 back out there. Mason George rattled in period number 2. He sat out most of the latter half of period number 2, but George is back out there. So join Miller and Suda out on the ice. Millsy will lean in for the draw, and it's controlled by the Falcons. So wind it here to the near side. Vatterott trying to pinch in from his defensive position to keep it in momentarily. Clearing attempt. That one hits somebody and stays in the zone. Vatterott will take it. Here comes Braxton. Shot towards the net. And a glove stop there by the Falcons goalie. Draw with Watson, controlled by Barnett. Barnett can clear the zone. He's hounded there by Suda. And then it's Suda on the near side. corner along with Barnett. Miller in there to help. Wrap it up here to the near side, and will clear the zone and all the way back. Sam Sheely will give chase, but will be far enough for icing. Face-off will come all the way back to our right into the Falcons zone. Take the draw. It's controlled by the Spartans. Silas Aldridge trying to get it back up to the point to Trella. Trella battling there with Marsh, trying to keep it in. Trella does. Here to English on the near side. Trying to shovel a pass over to Aldridge. Never connected there. Taken away by Bobe, and he's hammered on the play. Ruska will take a seat on the cross check as Parker Bobe able to draw one there. And the Spartans with a prime opportunity early on here in period number 3 to climb back into this. 0 for 2 on the power play thus far. Had a couple opportunities yesterday, converted on one of them in that second game against the Capitals. Good time to get one here. Zanitz wins the draw. Back to pitcher. Pitcher. We'll find Dorsey. Dorsey right in between the circles. Turnaround shot. And that one deflected wide here to the near side. Falcons not able to get it out. Dorsey will walk it off the wall. Here comes Jace Dorsey. Walks right in front. Couldn't get a shot away. Anitz falls on his wallet. Trying to get it back up to the point. Couldn't do it. Spartans able to keep it in the zone here. Here comes Dorsey again. Hand on that shot. Taken away by Anitz behind the net. Kendall. Working to Gherkin. Gherkin will reverse course. Back to Anitz. Anitz right behind the net. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Trying to get it out in front. Anitz. Back to Gherkin. Gherkin shot towards the net. That one gloved aside. Rebound attempt. Could not stuff it in. Loose puck, and they blow the whistle. They blew the whistle. Referee lost sight of the puck. The puck was loose. Falcons get away with one there. Control the face-off. Now Anitz will dig along for it here in the near corner. Oliver Gherkin. Gherkin trying to feed Kendall Anitz. Anitz has it below the goal line again, trying to get it back up to the point. Calling for it is pitcher. Pitcher, D-to-D, over to Trella. Jace couldn't let it go. And it roll off his stick. He'll get it back. He'll shovel it towards the net. Whipped on that attempt. The puck will come here to the near corner. And the Falcons will skate it out of their own zone. Oh, couldn't get it out. Trella trying to find Gherkin, cutting towards the net. And now the Falcons will get it up. It's Carr, one-on-one with pitcher. Pitch, trying to keep him to the outside. Good job there by Matthew. As he pins Carr into the corner. Anitz goes to help. 5 seconds to go here in the penalty. As Anitz will skate it away. And the penalty is over. And we're back to 5-on-5. Lee pass ahead to Gherkin. Gherkin trying to get around his man. Over Gherkin. Down below the Falcons' goal. Miller stood up in the corner. Backhand pass did not connect. Puck bouncing around in behind the net. Here's Mason George. George trying to get it out in front. Puck rolling around. Still bouncing around in behind the goal line. And he'll come back up here to the point. Vatterott trying to keep it in. And Brax is able to do so. Mason George shot towards the net. That one hit a player. Never made it all the way through. And Carr will take it out. He had a poke checked off his stick. And Liam Miller will take it. Miller trying to dance around a couple of defenders. It comes off to Suda. Suda walks right down the slot. Shot. Rebound attempt. Couldn't get it through. He'll come back up to the point to Manley. Manley off to Miller. Miller trying to shovel it towards the net. George standing right in front. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound attempt. Suda. They bang away at it. And the puck will be loose in the corner, and the Falcons skated out of danger. A couple of golden opportunities there for the Spartans, trying to cut this lead in half, and unable to do so. Liam Miller will wind it up again. Cross center red. He'll enter the zone. Pass a little too far for Manley to handle. That's Barnett. Banging off to his defensive partner. And back comes DePinto. Written off by Aldridge. Vatterott and Aldridge. Steal it away. Good job there by Silas. 9:20 to play here. Period number 3 comes right out in front. Slot shot towards the net. That one banged off the crossbar. Another post hit there for the Falcons. Spartans have been humming here in the third period. Manley will dip around his defender, trying to get around Watson and leave it off to Aldridge. Aldridge stolen away. Back to Aldridge. Zinchenko, the goal scorer for the Falcons. Here to Parker Bobe. Bobe here in the neutral zone. Stolen away by Zinchenko. Zinchenko flip it up. Stolen away at center ice there by English. Here comes English. He's wrapped up by DePinto. By Shealy. Barnett has some time behind his own goal. Barnett moves it across into the far side. And back come the Falcons. Spin it towards the front of the net. That one never made it through. And English will just work it out. As Hill will get it here to the near side to Maresca. Maresca back to Hill. Pass ate him up. Stolen away by Kendall Annitz. Here comes Skate-Ups. Goes on the brakes. Looking for somebody to pass to. Finds Gherkin. Here comes Gherkin. Ollie walks right in. And the puck roll off the stick here to the near corner. Couldn't get a shot away. It's banged off the glass. And Annitz will try to chase it down. Falcons will bring it back. Trying to find Yang. Cutting towards the net. Clogged up right in between the circles. And the puck will roll all the way back. For the Falcons. Lead pass ahead to Maresca. They'll lay it off to Lucas. Lucas shot towards the net. A good glove save there by Keane Frederick. .33 to play here in period number 3. Highland Park Falcons lead this one 3-1. In for the face-off. To win it towards the wall. Suter trying to control. Taken away there by Liam Miller. He'll get it up to Mason George. The puck roll off his stick. There's DePinto. He'll take it. And George steal it away from him. DePinto gets it back. And they'll work it ahead. Here come the Falcons. Back they come here on the near side. It's Ingles. Ingles will wind it in behind Spartan goalie Keane Frederick. And by Vatterott. Throws it right out in front of the slot. George will come up with a loose puck, and here comes Mason George. George with a head of steam. He's ridden off the puck. Throwing the race into the near corner. Gets it to Miller. Mills it. Arm goes up, and looks like we're going to have another penalty here. And we'll see who the guilty party is. It's going to be a hold. Looks like it will be on the Spartans. George will take a seat. Second penalty for the Spartans. So they will have to work on the penalty kill here. That was away from the puck. Not a good penalty for Mason to take. 6:48 to go. Period number 3, and the Spartans on the penalty kill. Will have it here on the near side. They'll get it back up to the point to Kitson. Kitson fanned on that attempt, and it's trying to steal it away from him. Falcons able to keep it in the zone. This Carr will take it in the near corner. Carr looking for somebody in front. Will circle the goal, trying to wrap around the attempt. That one hit off the backside of the cage. And back out in front, and now the puck poke checked away, and Kendall Annitz will take it for the Spartans. Lead pass ahead to Oliver Gherkin. Here comes Gherkin. Gherkin trying to get around his man, keeps him to the outside. Gherkin into the far corner. So just rag some time here on this penalty kill. They'll bring it back out to the zone. Gherkin will just dump it back in as he had to wait for Annitz to clear. And back up to center ice, and Matthew Pitcher will take it for the Spartans. Lay it off to Annitz. Couldn't connect on that pass. As the puck will come back in the zone, and an offsides is called. 4 seconds left on the holding minor to Mason George. As Miller will try to win the face-off and come back for the Falcons. As Barnett will take it and he'll bang it back into the Spartan zone. Manley will give chase. Back behind Spartan goalie Keen Frederick, bring it around the boards, and it'll come all the way back out to center red. Barnett will wind it up again. Miller hot on his tail. Up back into Manley. Max Manley behind the cage. Swing it around here to the far side. Maresca will battle there with Dorsey, and Dorsey will win that battle. Chip it free, back over to center ice. Penalty has expired, and George is set free out of the box. Manley will step around the defender, trying to get it back up to the center of the ice. Marsh will intercept that. And will bang it off, and now Barnett takes it. Barnett. Shot goes wide on the far side. Mason George will take it for the Spartans. Here comes George. The puck roll off his stick. Way there by Liam Miller. Millsy trying to get it back up to the point. And just came out of the zone. Estrella will take it with 4:40 to play here, period number 3. Spartans in dire need of a goal. They trail by 2, 3-1. Step up and keep it in. Can't do it. Come back out to neutral ice. Marsh will skate it away here for the Falcons. He'll gain center red and just dump it in right on Frederick. He'll play it. Trella and off to Aldridge. Aldridge trying to get around his man. Maresca unable to let him by. Puck will come back in towards Keen Frederick. And it will go for ice. So Keen let that one go. Smart play there by Freddie. As the faceoff will come all the way back to our right towards the Falcon zone. 3:58 play here in period number 3. To win the face-off. Back to Shealy. DVD pass over the pitcher. Pitcher backhands it back behind the cage. As Anitz will give chase. He's bumped off the puck briefly, but Kendall will able to regain control. Off to Gherkin. Gherkin back to Anitz. Anitz dancing around in the far corner. So he's knocked to the ground. He'll get back up, control the puck. Back to Gherkin. Gherkin. Dorsey calling for it in front. Couldn't get it to him. Gherkin. Reverse course. Back to Anitz. Now to Gherkin. Oliver Gherkin. Get it back up to the point to pitcher. Pitch, shot towards the net. That one goes wide. Pitch was moving towards his right. Shot towards the right. Anitz will walk it off the wall. That one deflected here to the near side. And pitcher will pinch in. D becoming a little more aggressive here as the Spartans need a goal. Trying to jump in and create some offense. As Gherkin has it, trying a little give and go. It'll come out top. Pitcher, shot towards the net. That one hit Maresca. Back come the Falcons. They're 3-on-2 if they hurry. Under 3 to play here. Pinto, shot towards the net. That one goes high at Frederick. Back behind the net. It's stuck in the netting as they dig for it. And the whistle will blow. As they couldn't dig it out from behind the goal cage. Bobe on the draw. Controlled briefly by the Spartans, but Carr will lock it back in as Vatterott stands up his man. Puck will come off back towards the Falcons end of the ice. Max Manley will walk it back up for the Spartans. To Liam Miller. Here comes Miller. Miller. Defended away there by Engels. Puck stays in the zone. Here comes Liam Miller trying to get around a couple of people. Shot towards the net. That one just fluttered wide. He couldn't get that one to go. As we're approaching 2 minutes to play here in period number 3. Carr will backhand it off to O'Malley. O'Malley already with 1 goal here this afternoon. On the near side. It's Engels. Manley. Carr trying to get it out of the corner. Carr looking to center in front for O'Malley. Pass never made it through. Where's the puck? Tied up in behind the net. As they dig for it, Carr with Beaubay back in there. Parker Beaubay will go and retrieve and bang it up, trying to get it to Mason George. A little too far for him. And the Falcons will bring it back in, but offsides. .98 seconds to play here in period number 3. Spartans trail it by 2. We'll have another one for you here later this afternoon. See how this one shakes out. Everything else is Pearson shot blocked to the side there by the Falcons goalie. The Spartans will play another one here later on today. Gerken has it below the goal line. Wraparound attempt for Ollie. Couldn't get it to go. Whistle blows. The puck is eventually covered up. And Lucas will lean in on the draw, and it's controlled by the Spartans. Kendall Lance, it's back up to the point to Trella, trying to shovel it towards the net. But Trella will have it, banging off the boards, but taken away there by the Falcons. They look for the stretch pass to Yang, too far for him. Vatterott will have to retreat as we're under a minute to play here in period number 3. We'll keep an eye on Spartan goaltender Keane Frederick, see if they move him out of the net as Liam Miller will take it for the Spartans. Freddie's kind of inching towards the bench. We'll see if they take him out. Puck will come back to neutral ice, and Annitz will walk it in. Here comes Kennedy. Shot towards the net. That one goes wide and high as he's ridden off the puck. Frederick staying in his net for now. 30 seconds to play here, period number 3. It's Annitz. Dancing around the corner, trying to wrap around the attempt. Right out in front. Couldn't get a shot away. Annitz still with the puck. Kendall will bring it back to the point to Vatterott. 15 seconds to go. Puck comes out of the zone. Back comes Maresca. Maresca 2-on-1. Trella shot towards the net. Yang scores. That'll ice it for the Falcons. As Yang with 9.6 go here in period number 3. As the Falcons take a 4-1 lead. Pass there by Maresca. Sauced it right over Trella's blade. Drop the puck 9.6 as Mason George will give chase into the far corner. 4 seconds to go. Tries to shovel it towards the net. Beaubay will take it, and that'll do it. The Highland Park Falcons able to defeat the Spartans by a score of 4-1 here. Highland Sports Ring. Chicago World Invite, game number 3 in the books. We'll have another one for you later on this evening. Spartans lose it 4-1.